Hello Capricorn, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your November Tarot Forecast. Welcome to my channel, whether you're new or coming back, and of course, welcome to your forecast. As always, we're going to be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and at the end we'll put some messages for you in love. Whether you have someone specific in mind or you're single, this is going to be beneficial guidance on what to pay attention to, what's important to know at this time. We'll start with an oracle message, and today I have the Whisper of the Ocean with me, so let's get started. Of course, remember to tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. EST to listen to my show Mindfully Awake, or you can always watch a recording. There's a playlist on this channel with the same name where you can find episodes that have aired so far. We've got a little Halloween thing going on, just having some fun. We had a wonderful event at the Edge here in New York where they were doing face painting, so I decided, why not? And here I am. All right. One more thing, there is a chance for you to enter a sweepstake at this time to win a free personal reading with me. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and also leave 5 comments under my videos. There should be different comments, or at least under different videos. But that's all you need. And if you leave 10, that will give you 2 entries and so on and so forth. I do readings based on your questions. I can also do the similar format that I do for the monthlies, but obviously will be your situation. And I can do them both in the live version over Zoom, or I can do, if you send me your questions, I can do a recorded version and share the link with you. All right, let's see what we have for Capricorn in the month of November. And of course, a lot of you already know that I have a second channel for Twinflames where I provide daily guidance, so feel free to check out the channel if you are new, and of course subscribe to it not to miss it. I also do daily shorts on that channel for light workers. Facing your fears, number 46. Oof. Look for ways to strengthen your connection to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. Very important. Strengthen your connection to the universe and others, right? But strengthen your connection doesn't mean create a persona that other people will like, you know? And that's why it says stay peaceful and calm in knowing who you are, right? And this is key, I feel like, in finding your people in general, whether it's in a love relationship, whether it's friendships, or even work partners. Right? It's important to work on, if you can, you know, like not on just like looking for people, but really on finding out who you are and working on yourself to be a more authentic version of yourself. And then you naturally will attract people who are your people, you know, who will see you for who you are and will appreciate that version of you. That's the only way, really, it should work, because we can, you know, we can, of course, find, some people call it finding a compromise, but we can pretend we're someone else. We can pretend that we'll like what the other person likes, or we don't really mind them doing that we actually hate. But first of all, of course, it will still come out at some point. And second of all, it's very easy to get lost in all of this and start almost like betraying yourself. You know, you won't be loyal to your authentic self anymore, and the repercussions are severe of that, not just in that particular relationship, but generally for your life, right? And with time you'll be less and less happy. It's going to be harder and harder to maintain that, you know, somewhat artificial situation. Wow, speaking of which, death and rebirth, in this deck it's transformation for your love life. Major transformation. The Chariot, number 7. So zodiac wise, we're talking Scorpio, Cancer. Wow, 10 of water. Yes, beautiful. We'll speak about that in more detail in a moment. For your career space, we see 4 of Fire. All right. Ace of Earth. Beautiful. 5 of Air. I feel like that was a really important preface to the reading that I was just talking about, and I'll explain in a moment too. Page of Water for your guidance. 5 of Earth. Temptation. Ooh. So it's the Devil card in the regular deck. So Capricorn energy. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Air. So yeah, I would just say, even before we dive into it, a lot of times the reset and, you know, learning more of who you are and what you want in life, it means taking time for yourself, where you're just by yourself. You have time and space to figure things out, and that could be really, really beneficial for you in this month, Capricorn. So think about that, how you can organize it for yourself. Of course, in a way that you would enjoy it. It's not like supposed to be a torture or a prison or whatever, right? Or exile. It's supposed to be something that, you know, you can still do stuff that you enjoy, but take time for yourself. And I would just say, of course, especially like speaking from the spiritual path perspective and mindfulness practices would be really beneficial, rather than just stacking lots of different activities into that time. Even if it's by yourself, like, it can still get busy and overwhelming, and that's the opposite of what I'm talking about. Anyways, you've got 2 major arcana here in your relationship space, and to me that means that it's time to change the direction which you're going. It doesn't necessarily mean that your current relationship is over, but it means that it needs to change quite dramatically. You know, there is new stuff that it's almost like it's either already dead in the form that it exists right now, or it will get there. You know, it's like in the agony of like taking last breath before it's over. But there is a real chance for you to find true emotional fulfillment in your life partnership, love partnership, right? But it's very important to understand what are your values and goals in this partnership. Well, generally, you know, with a life partner. And then, of course, take a very honest, sober look at whether this relationship is taking you there. And yeah, spoiler alert, it's not in the form that it is. But then, you know, like sometimes we have these conversations with our partners, like, this is not working for me anymore, I'm so tired of this. But it could be tough to figure out in the moment, what is it that we want, right? Like, how do we want this to be different? Because a lot of times it's already been such a long time that we were catering to another person, or we were, you know, compromising on our own values or whatever. And it takes a minute. And that's why you can use time and space for yourself. But of course, in order to understand what you want to do next about your current situation, it's important to understand what is it that you're looking for, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. When it comes to communication, to the way you organize your life together, and of course to long-term future. And then have those honest conversations with your person and see how you can transform your relationship. Or essentially just agree together that maybe it's not gonna happen, right? And let each other go, say thank you, and be on the lookout for that real deal for either of you, right? Because if it's not true for you, then it kind of isn't fair to the other person as well, if you think about it. You're not doing them any favors, really. For your career space, we have 4 fire, Ace of Earth, 5 of air. So something really good is coming in for you, Capricorn. I would just say that, so new project, new partnership, something that will last a long time, something that will be more than just a profit, you know, or more than just one specific goal. There's a lot here that can unfold with time. It's beautiful, but it's very important to not rush it, and it's very important not to just agree to whatever the other person gives you because it's so important to you, because you want that contract so much. It's still important to stay true to you and, you know, what you understand is important for your business, you know, your, I don't know, personal sanity through all of this, and if other people are involved, for them as well. And this is going to be the guarantee then for this long-term partnership to flourish. Because if you're trying, if you decide to take a shortcut or just agree to whatever, let's just get started, let's just get them into the door and then we'll see. That's not really going to work, right? So again, very authentic approach here. And that could be an honest conversation to like, you know what, with what you want to do right now, we just can't do it this year, for example, right? We can start in January when the situation is different, or free up resources or whatever, and then we can do it properly, you know, something like that. There is something there about like not being able to do the job right now or in a way that the other person expects, and there should be an honest conversation about it. For your guidance, we see Page of Water, Five of Earth, and the Temptation. There could be, the main temptation that I see here is, again, to get a quick win with a person or with finances, to try to win big, or to get into the relationship because of the fear, because of the need to belong, to be close, to have that companionship. But the big breaking news here is, of course, that you need to be whole first before you can really foster a truly wonderful partnership with someone else, you know, with a loving energy. And yes, you can still do that even in a business partnership. The baseline is usually is always either fear or love, right? So love in a wider meaning of it. But you definitely, like, of course, it will work for a little while. But if it's a codependent connection, then it's not really gonna last. It's gonna satisfy your thirst or your hunger, you know, for a while, but then you might as well end up even more miserable than where you started. So be just very careful with following the temptation. You know that it's there almost like to encourage you to have a closer, more honest look on where you are and why you are craving this kind of connection so much, right? What can you do in your own right, in your own space, to bring more of that harmony and balance, so that you don't necessarily need the other person to kind of we like to say sometimes to complete us, right? Because we are supposed to be complete human beings by ourselves. All right, let's get messages in love for Capricorn. Okay, that's a lot. Let's try again. What does Capricorn need to know? All right, I like that. Boat and self-indulgence. So the card that flew out, we'll take it first. It's the boat. Receiving what you need. Progression, arriving. Moving on, closure issues. Yeah, so this is like arriving into a safe harbor or arriving home, right? Whatever that tension is or will be, it's important to resolve it. It's important to transform it, as we saw with the transformation card. And the second one is self-indulgence. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. That's exactly what I was talking about with time and space that you will need to really, to heal, to recover, and also to be able to, you had the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and it is about recovery and healing. And also figuring out what is it that you want and why. What are your values? What are your priorities? Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. If you like the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel, and of course leave comments if you want to win a free reading. And until next time,